Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello, folks. Welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and I've got a package here from JetPens today. And look, it got pretty mooshed. I don't know what happened. I think it just like jammed this sucker right into my mailbox. So we'll see what we've got going on in here. But let's open her up and see. Hopefully, nothing got too destroyed. I know there's a paper thing in here. It's like, man, if you munched my paper thing, scrunched it. Oh, okay, it looks all right. You know what? Everything looks good. You know what? Good job, JetPens. Thank you very much for packaging things cool. I really like that they put these like pieces of cardboard in here. They must cut these or something to match the size of the stuff you're ordering. I think that's pretty great. Also, I found in here a sticker that says JetPens Haul. Guess what? This is a JetPens Haul. That is a good inclusion. Thanks, JetPens. All right, so let's get into this. Oh, this is very taped. Hold on a sec. All right, so what had happened was I occasionally go to JetPens, and by occasionally, I mean I keep a JetPens tab open most of the time, and sometimes, you know, I'll see a pen come and go, and I'm like, I missed that one, and I wanted to get it, or whatever, or I'll just like reach a critical mass, and then I'll hit, you know what, give me those things, and that's kind of what happened here. There are a couple things that I really wanted to grab that weren't in stock, but I found a lot of cool stuff, so I was like, let's do it. All right, let's go. All right, because this is the big paper thing in here, this is the flat, which let's see if I can find this on the page. Hold on a second. Here we go. This is the flat notepad by Paperian, and there are a bunch of these. They come in calendars and checklists and to-dos and all kinds of things, and they come in different sizes, like A5, and also one they just called S, which I'm not really sure what that is. It's just like kind of a skinny one, which is okay, I guess, but I wanted the A5, and I really wanted this sort of like to-do check-off list situation. So I love a weekly setup. I use these things. Like, let's see, can I show all this? Yeah, probably can. Probably, yeah. I use one of these, which is from WritePads, and it's like a week across 2 pages, so it gives me a whole lot of space. But honestly, sometimes it's a little bit too much space. If anything, it's a little bit too much space. But I've tried other ones that were sort of half-size things, and that was not nearly enough space. So I'm hoping that this will be somewhere in between, so I'm interested to see how this will work. I love trying out a weekly planner sort of system, so let's see what we got going on here. These go for $10.50, and they are 60 sheets of sturdy 100 GSM paper, glue binding for easy page removal, like that. Flexible cardstock backing, like that as well. This looks like it's going to be pretty good. Doesn't tell me what kind of paper it is, but just tell me I can organize all my thoughts, ideas, and plans that come to mind. And I do like that. So let's see how this looks. All right, so we have weeks across the top. And this will be good for writing in things if you have a couple of appointments a day. And I don't tend to have a huge number of like appointments that have a time attached to them each day, but I do tend to have, you know, things that need to be done on a particular day, or more likely things that need to be done like during the week. So I figured I could put my appointments up here, like get your oil changed and go to this doctor, or pick up Scraggles at daycare, or whatever on these days up here. And then down here I can have sort of big things that need to be done, film JetPens unboxing, etc. And then over here just kind of for other stuff that needs to get done, and I can make small lists. And I'm interested in doing that. And I've got a bunch of pens today, so we're gonna try out this paper and see how it is, but it feels pretty nice. And JetPens made it look like it would work pretty well with fountain pen, which is what I do a lot of my stuff with, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll keep this handy. We'll do a bunch of scribbling on that. All right, the next thing I got, because the rest of these are pens, I had to grab one of these, and this is something called the Kiss Cut Clear Sticker Roll from Mew, M-U. Enjoy the little things. And this is just like those little like, have you ever used film cameras? Like, if you're an old like me, or if you're a young and you're like trying to get into retro stuff, film used to come in little canisters like this. How fun is that? And this is like a roll of stickers is what it looks like. And that seems really cool to me. This was $14, so it's not the cheapest thing ever, but it is quite a lot of stickers. 51 different designs repeated 3 times for 153 stickers. So like, it's 150 something stickers, which is pretty good, but it's also just, it's just so fun. I kind of had to try it out. So I had to give that a shot. Sometimes you see a cool thing, you're like, this is the thing that I must have. And that's what happens to me at JetPens. most of the time. Oh, hold on. These little things, man, they just stick to my hands like I'm made of static. I don't know what it is. All right, so you just kind of pull on this, I guess. Oh, yeah, look at all this. Look at this. These great little things. Finding beauty and imperfection. I mean, I need to do that. Also, look at those scissors. Those are pretty good. We got some wabi-sabi. We got some slow life. Man, I really need life to be slow. Maybe that's like aspirational for me. But look at all these like fun foods and things. Just a stack of cups. I'm glad I'm not the only person that stacks up cups like that. If I have a cabinet and it's got space for cups, it's probably full of cups. And they are probably stacked 2-3 deep, depending on how tall the cabinet is. But yeah, I love it. That's really cool. I think this is going to be fun. Should be easy enough to peel stickers off of. I like that. Now, how easy is it to re-roll this? Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, you might have to unroll a lot of this because this is quite long in order to get to all of it. But this is Kiss Cut pet tape with stickers on it, and I do really like that kind of thing. I have a couple of others sitting here that aren't in little film canisters. So I have this one that I got from I want to say it's from Journal Say, but it has a lot of black cats on it, and then I have this one, which is also pretty amazing. This is by Kubo and Lucy. You can see I've used a bunch of these, but I just kind of pick off the ones I want. It's just like a bunch of cats, like drawn and done stuff. So look, I like cats, I like fall things, I like cozy stickers, and I like these little pet tape rolls because they're real fun. So pretty good. I use the cats on here more than anything else. The rest of it's like, some of it's good, but like the cats are very good on this roll. I couldn't tell you where to find it though. It's not, there's nothing in there I can actually read because I don't know how to read. Probably Mandarin, maybe? I don't know. All right, so this looks like a lot of fun, and I think that's really cool. So thank you, MU, Fragments of Life. Hopefully these are good fragments, and they will serve me well in this little roll. Also, I like the form factor of this, because while I like these, this is a whole lot of, like, this is big, and you can fit this inside there. It's way fewer stickers. Honestly, this is a zillion stickers on this thing, but this is pretty good. All right, cool. I like that. $14 well spent, if you ask me. All right, so then I have a whole bunch of I got a whole bunch of pens because, man, do I like some pens. And there are also some highlighters in here and that kind of stuff. So let's see what we got going on. This is actually smaller than I thought it would be. We'll go for this one first because it's kind of the first thing. And in the pictures on the website, it looked like this is gonna be much thicker, like a bigger marker sort of situation. I mean, not like this. Although these king size Sharpies are kind of the boss. I've really been liking these king-size Sharpies. You can write finer than you think, but also sometimes you need to make a big Sharpie, and this is great stuff. But I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. This is not. This is from Kokuyo. This is the Research Lab Pen, and I really like a good kind of permanent pen, and these are not supposed to be entirely permanent markers, but it says on the description here, this is the Kokuyo Research Lab Pen, 0.6 millimeters in red. Whether you work in a chemical laboratory or just need to label stuff, the Research Lab Pen is a perfect solution. Oil-based ink sticks to virtually any surface and can't be eradicated by water or alcohol. Oh, I guess it is pretty permanent. It can even write on wet or frozen surfaces. That's pretty cool. Thin enough for small labels, bold enough to read at a distance. Sturdy metal barrel. Oh, is it? Is that metal? I don't know. That doesn't feel like metal. It looks, well, the bottom looks metal. The sides don't look metal. Must be a sticker over the sides I'm not seeing. That is a metal. Look at that. That's cool. And a fluted cap that is easy to pull off even when wearing gloves. Yeah, okay, sick. Store it horizontally. Writing may be eradicated by autoclaving depending on the material. Please test before use. It says you can't take it off with water or alcohol. I wonder if like nail polish remover would work on that. Throw some acetone at it. That usually works on permanent markers. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to trying this out because I really like this one. This has so far been the best of the permanent markers that I found. This is from Sakura. It's the Identa Pen, and this will actually maintain a really good mark on things, even outdoors over long periods of time. My aunt found these being really good for labeling plants and that sort of thing outside. And man, most things will annihilate pen ink outside. It'll be bleached off or it'll be washed off or whatever. But this sticks around, and I can attest that because I also use it for stuff outside. It's very, very good, and it comes with 2 points. So I wanted to try a red one, just kind of see how this is. Let's see what this point is like. I'm going to try it on this paper, although honestly, there's no way it doesn't bleed through. Let's see. This is the Research Lab Pen. You know what? Not bad. It felt nice to write with. it makes a nice mark. It's very solid, doesn't feel thready or anything. It only bled through a little bit, so that's pretty impressive. I don't know if that's due to the paper or due to the pen being awesome, but that's not bad for a permanent marker. All right, cool. So that's not bad. That was $4. We'll give this a shot in some other permanent marker sort of things. Actually, is it bent? did it get bent? Maybe this got bent in transit because that thing was pretty trashed. I suppose it could have been if we have a metal barrel here. It could have gotten, I think it got bent. Yeah, how about that? Well, I mean, it's not leaking anywhere. It'll probably be fine. All right, we got other things here in this roll. Let me just take this rubber band off. You're not going to catch me throwing this rubber band away, though. I love a good rubber band. All right. All right, so I have a few things that are kind of singles, and I have more things that are related. So let's do them like, all together. All right, so this here is one of the Uniball ones. This is, or rather, I should say, that is not a Uniball one, even though it looks like one. This is a Uniball Zento gel pen. This is the standard model in 0.38 millimeter, the cloud body, and gray ink. So I wanted to get them in 0.5 millimeter, but I don't think they had them when I was looking at them before. It looks like they do now, though. So whatever, I got the 0.38. This will probably be fine. I do like that it has this nice sort of rubberized section up here. Actually, most of the pen is rubberized. And it has the same kind of clip as the ones I do. Let me grab one of those just right quick. Yeah, so there's the one here. Right there. It's got that same sort of clip. I like that action. It has a different shape here, of course, but it has a same kind of rubbery section, although it is longer on the Zento, and it doesn't have this front nose cone, which is interesting. This reminds me of some of the other pens, like, let's see, what else is it like? Okay, so I'm glad I didn't get the 0.5 because I actually, I had forgotten that I already have some of these. I got it in 0.7 already. I already got the Zento. Man, good job, Mike. I already have some of these. So we're grabbing the Zento again, but in a smaller form factor. I actually didn't take off the little nubbin on this one. I'm going to put this in my drawer here to use later, but I've been using this one a little bit. I knew this looked familiar, but I was thinking it has a kind of like long, like grippy section here and the sort of silent bit in here that you find on the JetStream. This is one of the fancy JetStreams, the Light Touch, which I like quite a lot. And then also on the Blend, it has a thing like that. It's got this long bit, and then it's got like this little silency bit in there to keep it from giving you tip rattle. This is a zebra pen. So, all right, well, I haven't liked the one very much. It's been one of my least favorite gel pens. I know a lot of people love the one, and it's just for me, you get a lot of railroading, and it's just never that satisfying to write with. I've liked some of them, but they're more miss than hit. So let's try out the Zento, and I already know I like the JetStream Light Touch. Let's just like do a little bit of writing with each one of these, just to give us like a baseline sort of thing. Okay, that actually that works pretty well. I do like the density of that ink there. I think it's pretty darn nice. It is about the same. Actually, is it thicker than the JetStream Light Touch at 0.5 millimeter? Gel inks are generally a lot wider at the tip than you'll find with a ballpoint, and this one's a ballpoint, while these are more like gel. So just to see what it says here, calm your mind by journaling with the Uniball Zento. Minimalist design is perfect for stress-free writing, and the specially formulated Zento ink reduces friction as well as feathering and bleed through. All right, well let's see what we got here. Yeah, nothing. Nothing from any of them. They're right here. Maybe you can just see them through the page, I think. But yeah, no feathering or bleed through or anything like that. That's pretty good. All right, so I'm not mad about it. I'm glad I got a different point size. But sometimes when somebody's like, "Oh, that looks really cool. I should get some of that," and then you already have. So that's neat. I don't know where I got these. I must have gotten a 2-pack. Maybe I got them. Did I get these from Target or something? Dude, I don't remember. Maybe it's in one of my previous unboxes or something. I don't remember. But I like this color. So yeah, now I have the gray one in 0.38. So that's good. And then here we'll do this is the Uniball 1. What is this, 0.5? And I think now you can see why I don't like the Uniball 1. I mean, compared to those other three, it's just not good. It's just you can see where the ball is, that gives you that railroading effect there, where you have like a blank line in between it, and it just looks messy, and you can see it's like missing parts of lines, like where the 5 is there, and also you can see like it's skipped a little bit on the U and the N, and I don't know. I just don't like the 1. I don't think it's a good ink. I don't know. It gets a lot of good play, but I just don't think it's great. I think it looks good, but it doesn't write well. All right. What else we got here? This is a really interesting one. I was pretty psyched to see this. Oh, by the way, these are $3.15 a piece. So not the cheapest pens, but not bad. These are good knockaround pens for sure. All right. So this one is from the Pilot ILYIMY color line. And I really like the ILYIMY pens. I've got a whole set of them around here somewhere. And they're a really cool look. They're a gel pen sort of thing. But this is from, let's see, what does it mean? Did they actually put it on here? They didn't, I don't think. It's like, I love me, I love you, or something is what it's supposed to be, supposed to stand for. Anyway, these are a 2-color gel ink pen, and they use the same kind of, or at least a similar kind of ink as the FriXion pens do. So it's from that Pilot line, and it's a FriXion-y pen, but it's kind of only like halfway, which is really interesting. And so there are a bunch of different colors of this. I was only able to get one of them. Let's see, how many colors does it come in? It comes in wine red and gray, cherry and peach, olive and mimosa, emerald and mint, navy and gray, night and sakura, grape and lavender, sepia and Nemophila, which is like a light blue, and then black and gray, which I thought was the least interesting of them. But I went ahead and got this wine red and gray because this is the coolest looking one of the ones they had. Like, it had the biggest difference. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's pretty neat. These are 0.4 millimeters right here. It feels kind of cheap, if I'm honest. Like, doesn't have a premium feeling to it. Like these feel a little bit better, and I have some FriXion pens that just feel a lot better. Like these, the FriXion. What are these called? The FriXion Synergies. These have a more premium feel to them. This one feels kind of cheap, but like whatever. It seems like it's gonna work. This little like nub end at the top. That's interesting. Is that maybe that shows me what color it's gonna be? I wonder if they have a picture of the rest. Yeah, I think that shows me what colors it's supposed to be. So wine red and then gray. All right, well, that's cool. Neat. All right, so there's our little eraser nub in there, which erases via friction heat. We have the same. Actually, the same kind of point as you get on the Synergy, which is nice. I like this point. This little needle point is pretty good. Although maybe the Synergy is a little bit... No, they're about the same. They're about the same. This one's just smaller. This is a thicker pen, so that's cool. Then, let's see, does this come open? No, it does. Okay, we can open it up. And there it is. The Pilot Color 2-Color. Interesting. 04S for Synergy. Or no, maybe it's Synergy? I don't know, man. All right, let's see how this works. So what it's supposed to do is give you one color when you write with it, and then when you erase with it, so to speak, it will give you like a different color. So you can do to-dos and then erase them and see what you still had to do, but not also tells you that you've done it, is my kind of impression of this. So all right, so we've got this wine red color, and that looks pretty good there. Now let's erase it and see what we get. Yeah, so the regular FriXions will erase all the way, like you just won't have anything left. And this one erases to a pale gray, so that's interesting. I think I'm gonna like this. The wine red looks good, and it looks like it wrote a nice line. Although when you look really closely, like I'm holding it up here, you can see it does have, at least at the beginning there, I think it might have kind of gotten over it, but it does have some of that railroading you get from the one. Further away though, I don't really see that as much, but I think because it's a thinner line, a slightly thinner line anyway. But the erasing it off to gray is pretty cool. I think that's pretty darn good, actually. Neat. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of these are like. This is the only one I think that I could get at the time I placed the order, which is too bad because there are a lot of different colors, and they're not all just like red to gray. There are a bunch of different things, like I said before. So yeah, pretty neat. I think this will be worth the cost of admission at $4, just for funsies. I know these ILYIMY pens would have to be pretty expensive if they brought them over. I was talking to Pilot USA about that, and they're like, yeah, they'd cost too much to bring over in competition with like the G2 and stuff. So I see why they don't. But yeah, $4, so not the cheapest thing, but this is an interesting thing, and I think worth it. All right, and then penultimately, I have a little set of things over here. This is one that I saw, I think, on one of their videos, one of the best like award-winning Japanese things. This is the Pilot Kire-Nar highlighters. Let's see what's on this end. Oh, we have a fine tip on this end. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that a lot. That's a great color. And then this other side is kind of where the cool part is. So you have these stiff bits on the edges, and then you have a flexible interior highlighter area. So what you're supposed to be able to, oh, you can see it's longer right there. So what it's supposed to do is you can put this on the page and then highlight like this. Oh yeah, that feels really good. I did get a little bit of it bled through just a skosh there because I had to put it down too long. or I was thinking about it too long. Let's see what if, all right, we're going to try and combine some stuff here. So this is what it's supposed to do here. Just give you a nice brush stroke here while also letting you just like press it against the paper with these plastic bits. That's pretty neat. So I was able to highlight over that with no problem. I'm gonna let that dry for a few seconds, and I want to see if I can erase the color underneath. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it probably will. So we'll see. Interesting. You can really see where the edges are here. Does this come off? Does it come apart at all? I don't think this is refillable at all. No, nothing seems to want to move, so I'm not surprised. They don't really get that with highlighters. But this is a great color. I like this one a whole lot. This is a good color. So this is a $1.90, which is not bad. This is in bold orange. There are actually several different colors for this, including a pale version of all of them. So you've got pink, orange, yellow, green, and blue. And then those are almost all of them have a pale version. There's no pale yellow. And there's one called warm gray, which barely looked like it was there, so I didn't go for that one. But this one looked like the most interesting, and that's a beautiful color. It's kind of, I don't know, it's more peachy, I think, than orange, but I dig it. All right, let's see if we can erase this and make it turn gray. It probably will, because it does heat. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it totally works. So you can, and it didn't mess up this line at all. So this doesn't actually wear away. It's just making it slightly warmer. One thing to worry about with these sort of erasable pens is if you leave them in your hot car, it will erase all your ink. So if you have a notebook written in FriXion or whatever, and you leave it in your car in the summer in Texas or whatever, it will erase your whole notebook. The trick to getting it back is if you just throw it in the freezer, it will mostly come back. I'm not sure if this will come back, but it probably will get like redder. I don't know. That looks pretty good. Now, can I write over this stuff? Yeah. No problem at all. All right. Yeah, pretty good. I think if you go slower and just kind of like let the pen get going a little bit, you don't get much of that railroading. I didn't see any there, so that's nice. All right. Yeah, interesting. Let's see if it'll smear. No, didn't really smear. All right, good. We're putting this through some tests. I love it. All right, yeah, this is neat. I like a pen with that kind of like flexible tip going on. I've got a couple more like that. Let's see. This is one of them. This is the JustFit Mojiniline from Zebra. You can see it has this very thin tip up there. It gives you a nice like flexible. It really feels good on the page when you're highlighting. It's really good. So I like that a lot as well. But this is neat. I'm going to be using this. All right. Now the last things are these three. I have these three. These three are Floatunes. This is a Pentel thing. Let's see where these go for. Here we go. These go for $3.75 a piece. They are available in three different sizes: 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5 millimeter. You can see I got mostly 0.4s, and I got a 0.5. I've got a lot of things in 0.5, so I was like, give it a shot. 0.3, I think I just decided I didn't want a 0.3. 0.3 is usually too fine for me anyway. So these are an interesting pen, I think. They are supposed to be, from the copy here, smooth, low viscosity ballpoint pen, yet which is simple yet sophisticated, featuring a special lubricated ink formula. The Floatune glides across the page as if it were floating. The pen's smooth, firm rubber grip section provides a comfortable writing experience during long note-taking sessions, and the thin needle point tip allows for greater precision when drawing diagrams. All right, fine. The back end of the pen features a dynamic design that denotes the ink color and is complemented by a clear push button and a silver clip. Eco-friendly, made from post-consumer recycled materials. All right, neat. So I've only seen these in one of our local places, and that's our local place called Crazy Allen, and they have or Crazy Allen's Emporium is the full name, and they have multi-packs of these, but they only have them in like multi-packs of the same color. So I went ahead and got these at JetPens. Also, I think I ordered this since before I went to Crazy Allen's before. The clear knock is a little bit weird to me. I don't know why it is, but this strikes me as strange where like these don't. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. Does that look weird to anybody else? All right, let's see how these work. I've never used these before, but I've heard good things. So let's do a little writing. Oh, these feel good. It says this is ballpoint, but it feels like it's gel or something. Did it say it was ballpoint? Let me see if I imagine that. Yeah, it says it's a ballpoint. Interesting. Let's take a look at the refill inside. This is a gel ink. This is a gel ink. All right, so I got curious about this, and I went to the Pentel website, and I found the Floatunes, and they come in a bunch of different sizes, including like 0.8 and 1.0, and a bunch of others that JetPens didn't have. And now I kind of want them all because these are listed as a rollerball, which is interesting. I didn't think it was a rollerball. It said ballpoint on JetPens, and I thought it was a gel, but it said it is the synergy of a new water-based ink, which would be gel or rollerball usually, infused with an oil-based lubricant lubricant, which is what you usually have in a ballpoint, and a finely tuned dual ball tip mechanism for a smooth floating like writing experience. That's kind of rad. So I guess it's neither gel nor ballpoint nor rollerball, but a whole new thing. I kind of love it. It feels like a gel. It looks like a gel. I'm gonna say it's probably a gel. I don't know, y'all. It probably doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's just kind of interesting. So yeah, that's cool. And I think these are nice to hold. They've got a good feel to them. They've got a good amount of weight to them, I think, without being super heavy. Don't hear any really hear any tip rattle when I was writing with it. Didn't feel like I was gonna get any tip rattle. And the lines look really solid. So yeah, overall, this is very, very good. I mean, compare those to the Uniball 1 up there. It's way closer to the Zento than this one. But yeah, I like a good solid line. That's why you go for gel. You want that solid line. So yeah, good. Okay, so I ended up with a bunch of pens this time. Not that one. This. Yeah. I ended up with a bunch of pens, some paper, and some really fun stickers here. So I think this is a very successful little haul. I'm looking forward to using this stuff. This is the kind of stuff I use all the time. In addition to, I mean, obviously a bunch of fountain pens and that sort of thing. But I'm not a purist. Like I'll use just about anything as long as it's a good pen. So I'm psyched about that. I'm interested in how this is going to hold up. I think it's going to be pretty good. Let me just like write on it with fountain pen a little bit. Okay, so there's 3 very different writing experiences. Decided to give it a little bit of everything here. So this is Linen Toolbar Bombax Seba from one of these Orange Delights, these Pelikan M200s. They've got Waringul's Path there, which is extremely shimmery. You can definitely see some shimmer there. And then Girbon Pearl Noir, which definitely did some feathering. Let's see if any of it bled through. Yeah, some of it did. So actually, the J. Herbin here bled through actually worse than the permanent marker. I've never been a huge fan of this Pearl Noir. I know a lot of people like it, but it's not really black enough for me, and it works okay. But yeah, interesting that one bled and like feathered. This one did a little bit of spreading, but not too bad. This one behaved itself, I think, pretty well. So yeah, this isn't perfect for fountain pens, but you know what? You're only ever going to use one side anyway. So kind of who cares is, I guess, my takeaway on that. Like, who cares? It's going to feel good for pencil and stuff. I have no doubt. Yeah, it's just a Blackwing pencil. It feels good on there. That feels nice. Try a regular old ballpoint. This one has a Parker style ballpoint in it. This is a Schneider Slider, one of the big ones. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, that's a ballpoint. This is very wide. It usually does a little bit of skipping at the beginning there, but then it gets really nice and broad. And it works really well on here because this is not coated or anything. It's got a nice feel to it. It's heavy, but it's not coated. You do see, actually, interestingly, you do see it like curling up though. Once you start putting ink into a paper, it'll start sort of contracting. And you'll get this buckling or like curving up sort of action. So that's interesting that it's doing that already with just a little bit of ink on there, but I think it'll be fine. Look, you're only going to use this for a week anyway at the most, so that's pretty cool. And of course, that's the only thing that really bled through that I wasn't expecting. This I expected to bleed through way more. So, interesting. Fun little haul. I think we learned a thing or two. Mike is a little uncertain about ballpoints versus gels sometimes. This paper seems pretty good. This got bent and has a metal barrel. Weird. And also my USPS person is not very careful with my mail sometimes. So that's it. I will let y'all go. Thank you very much for watching. Tell a friend about the channel. It's the best way to help grow this channel, kind of like organically. Y'all tell people who you like to watch and, send them my way if you want to. Become a patron if you're into that sort of thing. Join me for all my live streams during the week, and I'll see y'all in another video soon. Until then, think about what you put out in the world. Make it a better place. Peace out, everybody.